Alright. Hi guys. So I don't know how to start this. So in this video today, I'll just be talking about why I went on Accutane and then show you guys my whole Accutane journey and how it was and tell you guys more about it and what products I used. So to start off, I've basically had acne throughout all of like my end of middle school to like last year or like this year actually. Every time I like break out, it's either because of stress or like my diet or I'm not drinking enough water, or if it was like too hot outside, I broke out pretty easily. Like if I was eating and something got on my face, like that's a new pimple the next day. My skin's like really sensitive. But basically I didn't know about Accutane until like my friend took it in her second year of college, and then like it worked for her, so I was like, oh wow, like why don't I try it? I've tried like all the face products. I've tried like serums, I've tried witch hazel, I've tried like every product you name it, and like I've tried it. I've tried benzoyl peroxide, like scrubs, face masks, like all the Korean care, skincare is like AHA, BHA, PHA, I think that's the last one. But I've tried all that, nothing really worked until I went on Accutane. So this is my skin right now. I definitely still have acne scars, like deep acne scars from all the like the huge pimples that I got. And it got like really bad in December of last year into like January or February of this year, and that's why I decided to go on Accutane, because I'll like insert clips and like I'll insert photos from all the times, but it was really bad. So I'm really happy with how like my face is right now. If you can see my forehead, like there's not that much scarring, but my cheeks are pretty bad. It's not as bad as it was, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah. Last year my skin was like pretty good and I wasn't on Accutane, and it was during the summer. I was on Curology. I was using Curology and my skin was actually getting really good, except I went on a trip to Seattle and then everything just like stopped working, and my face wash, my face routine, it stopped working and I started breaking out again. I don't know why, like travel acne, that happens, but after I came back I tried a different formula by Curology, and it didn't really work as well as my last one. And then my skin just went downhill from there. In December, it was like horrible. Like I'll insert a picture, but it was really bad in December into January. Yeah, my insecurity was at like an all-time low. Whenever my roommates like went out and I was like breaking out really badly, I was like, oh, like I don't want to go. It's okay. And then I wouldn't want to go with anyone outside anywhere, like show my face anywhere, because it was like pretty bad. And then I was just like desperate for like an answer, and so I went on Accutane. So to go on Accutane, you have to try like the antibiotics first. So that's what I did. I like got the pills and I kind of faked it, and I said, oh, like it's not working. Like 2 days later, I was like, oh, I feel nauseous, like because people react like pretty badly to it. So I was telling them like I react pretty bad. So that's when they decided to just like put me on Accutane, and I was like, yes, I skipped all the bull. And then I went on Accutane. So I started Accutane on like April 16th, and right now the date is December 22nd. So it's been like roughly 7 months on Accutane, and it took honestly like 4 months for my skin, 3 to 4 months for my skin to clear up like pretty well. I had the option of doing like my final month. I mean, I still have the pills, but I just haven't been taking it because I feel like my skin's like not gonna get any better from it, so I didn't want to harm my body anymore. So I have like a month worth of pills just sitting there. I didn't want to stop using Accutane like 3 or 4 months in, because like why start it if you don't want to like go all the way through with it? So I just kept with it. I took a little longer than other Accutane people, but it wasn't like bad at all. Month 1 and month 2, like you can't really tell that much of a difference, but then like four is like a big difference from when you started, like month 4. And then it just kept getting better, and like my dark spots cleared up a little bit. I mean, you can still see that I have like pockets, but and like this side's like worse, but I've been using products to try to get rid of like dark spots and try to heal like the pockets, which is like kind of working, I guess. I don't know. So I started with 40 milligrams a day when I first started, and then within like 2 to 3 months later, I jumped up to 60 milligrams a day, and it wasn't bad. Like the side effects weren't like crazy extreme. Like there wasn't a big difference, but you do have to get your blood drawn every month for like the first 3 months to check if like your blood levels are okay. So on to the side effects. Okay, so the side effects for Accutane is definitely like dry skin for sure, because what Accutane does is it like closes up your oil glands so you don't produce as much oil. And I noticed like I was always like super oily, like super glossy after the day before Accutane, and then like now I don't have like any oils left because my glands are closed a little bit more. So one of the biggest side effects is like dry skin, and then dry lips. Sorry, I'm like reading my notes. I'd get dry patches like on my arm. I still do, so I just put like Aquaphor on it. So the number one side effect that I would say was like most annoying was like dry and cracked lips, because whenever I smile, like I'd get a crack and then it'd like start bleeding, and I'd like, it's really painful sometimes, but other than that, like that's not that bad if you just keep putting Aquaphor on it, and on all of your other dry spots, like if you get it on your body. I forgot to mention that I also had a little back knee like up here at the top of my back before I started, but Accutane actually cleared up like all of my back knee as well. Okay, here's a big one for me, nosebleeds. So at the beginning, when I was like 3 months into Accutane, I did not get nosebleeds that often. I got it like once per 3 weeks, or like once per 4 weeks maybe, like once a month. I like barely got any nosebleeds. But then when I went into like my 6th and 7th month of Accutane, I literally got nosebleeds almost every week. I mean, I talked to my doctors about my nosebleeds, but I didn't want to say something that would like concern them and make me stop taking it, because I wanted to finish my journey. So then basically they would just say, oh, like it could be like the dry weather, and just put Aquaphor with a Q-tip inside your nose, which I did, but like the blood was like coming from up here instead of like in my or it was coming from my sinus rather than like on the edges of my nose on the inside. So I just like dealt with it, and it eventually got a little better. So for the products I used, when I was on Accutane, like strictly on Accutane when I was starting and throughout the whole journey, I basically just washed my face and then used a moisturizer. Like that's all you do. You don't use like, I didn't use any serums or like any exfoliating scrubs or any exfoliating or harsh acids on my skin, because you're supposed to avoid acids and like really harsh chemicals, because Accutane's already doing everything for you, so you don't need any of that. And so basically the main product that you need when you're on Accutane is Aquaphor. Aquaphor is the biggest one. You put it like on your lips, on your face, you put it on your arms, like on your body. I was always so oily like going to bed, because I would not want my skin to be super dry when I wake up. So I put a lot everywhere so it would fix all the dry spots that I got from Accutane. It works really well. You always want to bring like one of those smaller bottles of Aquaphor with you wherever you go, because like your lips are always drying out, and like regular chapstick isn't good enough. You need like Aquaphor, you need that petroleum. Alright, so I brought the products that I use. So basically this is what I use morning and night. The foaming facial cleanser by CeraVe, and this is like pretty good. Like I use this religiously, I guess, because it helps keep my acne pimples from growing. And then for Aquaphor, it's this is Aquaphor, and basically I've had this since the beginning of my Accutane journey thing, and this is how much I have left. I've barely used any because it's so powerful that you don't need a lot to go a long way, and I have a lot left. I still use it today, like every day. For my moisturizer, it would be this Cetaphil one. It is just like a body cream. It works really well. It keeps my skin pretty hydrated for like 24 hours or whatever it says on the ad, I don't know. And then for my sunscreen, I definitely recommend this one. It's the Aveeno daily moisturizer. I think it's the sheer one. I don't know, but it's just an Aveeno SPF like 30. And since you're on Accutane, like your skin's more likely to get sunburnt and dry up, I guess. I don't know, but I never get sunburned. I just get darker. But use your sunscreen every day that you can, and you'll be good. This one's like one that I personally really like, even though like it wasn't recommended, or like you definitely don't need it at all. But this is what I use. It's gonna be the organic rosehip oil, and basically rosehip oil is just like a pretty like light oil that you just put on your skin. So rosehip oil is like good for like a lot of things, I guess. Some of the things are like healing your scars, or like keeping wrinkles away, fine lines, or whatever, if you care about that. But I mainly use it because I would want to get rid of my acne scars, and I think it works. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. You guys can see. It pretty much works well on your skin. And this is not that expensive. I get it off Amazon and a lot of products from Target. You can definitely tell I have acne scars, but my face is nowhere as bad as it was last year, or like the beginning of this year, or basically like throughout my whole life from when I started getting pimples and acne. Alright guys, so that's my Accutane journey video. If you guys do have questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll try to answer all of them. And then my final thoughts, I definitely think that if you are suffering like acne, or you have been suffering like acne for years now, you definitely should try to get on Accutane. Like, don't be scared to try out Accutane, even though it's like a pretty serious drug that they warn you about, like all the side effects and everything. It definitely worked for me, but I think that's because of my naturally oily skin. That was like clogging up my pores and like producing acne. So it definitely worked for me. I'm glad I went on Accutane. But yeah, people will judge you no matter what, so just try to take care of yourself and don't listen to what people gotta say, because they suck. But other than that, thanks for watching guys, and I hope you guys have a good day. Alright, bye guys, have a good one. Little did you guys know I was not wearing pants this whole time because I'm not showing my lower half.